tell me a little bit about like what like you worked in the past, like the move about the posters and everything, and also like Queens, right? Like your like the film that you're working right now.
Yeah.
So like tell me all about it.
Sure. Well, there's been a lot of projects in the past, but some of my favorite ones, you mentioned 24 by 36, a movie about movie posters. I'm kind of a sucker for nostalgia a little bit.
All of us.
I like to support things that have cultural relevance, and it doesn't matter if they may not be as relevant now. It's still really important. The movie poster, to me, is one of those things. It developed a series of graphic artists, unlike many of the world's seen. So a lot of talented graphic designers, and people are not doing that as much anymore. But that doesn't mean we don't need to celebrate and return to how important movie posters have been in film in general. As a cultural industry, and movie posters were an art. I think they still are. There's still some people doing that kind of beautiful work, custom designed graphic and art. But most stuff is being done on computers now, and there's not.
Do you
much
think
care.
the AI and
that's-
other stuff like literally you'll be killing the artist poster?
I don't think
the
so.
Posters, or?
I don't think so. Because I think we can't let that happen. And the industry, like the film and TV industry, is shifting to protect artists and creators and their work by not supporting AI-supported projects. So, for example, there's a lot of material coming out now on the internet that's completely created by AI. A lot of the unions are just, we don't accept that. So, and people aren't accepting films into film festivals, for example, that are AI created.
However, are like for instance, because it's like me working in the film industry as well, like I've been seeing a lot of film festivals right now that have like a specific category just for AI made film.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Do you think OFA will be doing something like that?
OFA won't be doing that. Because OFA's film festivals are about creators, not about computers. It's not about, it's about gifted creators learning to be creative in the industry. So you can use AI as a tool to be, a graphic designer, for example, but that shouldn't diminish your ability to excel as an artist and as a graphic designer. Completely AI-produced films, I've seen quite a few of them, and I'm getting a lot of stuff come across my feed, but they seem to me to be very soulless in a way. I don't know what you think. Some people don't feel that way. But
I agree. Like in some point, I think AI, it's like it's an amazing tool, and like it will be very hard to live without it. And I think like as you said, it's a tool. It's like, for instance, like the special effects. Like
exactly.
When we had like everything coming up, and like now, like, or the computers graphics doing everything, because I think like this, like the AI, I think like for films, like more even like the animation ones, like I think that will help a lot them. I'm not saying that they will be creating, but like using as a tool. I agree with you. I think like AI should be a tool, but like the soul should be.
Well, Sheridan is teaching students not to use it. Just they are still creating animated films that are their creations, and the school doesn't intend to deviate from that, because otherwise, the thing is, you can use AI to do everything if you want, but then how do you learn to do it yourself? And then we become completely reliant on it. It's just like writing. I mean, if you get stressed trying to write something, I'll just use ChatGPT to write it, but then you start to lose your skills. Never mind spelling skills and grammar, and some people say, well, we don't need those skills anymore. But then what happens when we don't have any of those skills as people? So that's how I kind of see it. But the other thing with AI is AI is stealing from everybody's work that's on the internet, and a lot of it is copyright violations too. That's the other thing you have to see. Is you have to consider that. It's all that.
And do you think like so keep like talking about that, like the copyrights and the AI thing, Do you think like with since like they are learning from those like scripts, let's say, do you think the credits or like some of the royalties like should come back to the original creator or from like where they are?
Well, they should, but how do you do that? Because the internet is a world. It's everything, right? I found it challenging with my students the last 2 years writing papers, because unless you're introducing a topic that's like brand new and there's not much about it yet on the web, it's so easy to use AI. But at Sheridan, we take a stance, don't use AI. You need to write it yourself, but it's getting challenging to do that because a lot of students are just using it because it's there. It's not going away anytime. It's going to keep growing and developing, and but it's interesting that some of the originators of AI are worried now and speaking out about it, saying, you know,
should do a documentary about that.
Yeah, well, there's already 2 in the works.
Oh yeah, oh awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
which is good.
And talk about documentary about like your documentary, like Be Queens. So
Yes.
That's art, pure art. It's the art itself and the filmmaking. Like, tell me.
It predates AI. Well, in a sense that it predates the current versions of AI. But yeah, we started working on that, Barbara Evans and I, 8 years ago. So we started shooting. We came up with this idea, and we came up with this idea because of one of the artists had a show in Oakville, and she was at the Oakville Art Gallery. And we saw her show, and we decided to do this documentary. So that's 8 years ago. And then we shot the whole thing, then the pandemic hit. We went through a lot of changes in editors, and we've got a great editor from she's Colombian Canadian. She's here working, and she's done a great job. We've got a good chunk of it in the process. So we're hoping to release it next year. So Bee Queens collaborating with the Hive is about female Canadian artists and how they work with bees as a source of creative inspiration, but it's also about how unique the bee is, not just creatively, but just ecologically and environmentally, what kind of situation the bees are facing. The Hive is a metaphor for community, for creativity, for cultural cohesion, because the bees work together creatively to build the hive, to create honey. And so that's why, you know, art is like the product of those same processes. So that's where we came up with the idea of including the bee. And we've just find that there's so many people that love the bee, and not just honeybees, like bees in general, that love working with bees because they're so unique and people.
Well, we really need them in our ecosystem,
and we need
right?
them. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for bees pollinating. The process of pollinating is essential. So yeah, it's a really great film. It's been fun working on it, and I can't wait to finish actually at this stage.
Well,